What if we told you that believing in something greater than yourself could change your life? What if that something was Jesus Christ? Imagine for a moment a world where faith is the cornerstone of existence. A world where belief is not just an abstract concept, but a tangible force that shapes our lives in profound ways. That's the world we're going to venture into today. A world where faith in Jesus Christ takes the center stage. Faith as we know it is a powerful tool. It's the driving force behind our hopes, our dreams, and our aspirations. It's what keeps us going when the going gets tough, and what lifts us up when we're down. But what happens when we channel this faith towards something, or rather someone greater than ourselves? What happens when we put our faith in Jesus Christ? The answer is simple yet profound. Our lives change. They change in ways that we can't even begin to imagine. They change because when we believe in Jesus Christ, we're not just believing in a figure from a religious text. We're believing in a symbol of hope, love, and salvation. We're believing in a force that has the power to transform lives, to bring peace in times of chaos, to offer unconditional love and forgiveness, and to promise eternal life. Throughout this video, we're going to delve deeper into these aspects. We're going to explore the 5 reasons why you should believe in Jesus Christ. We're going to talk about the transformational power of Jesus, the assurance he offers in times of uncertainty, the unconditional love and forgiveness he bestows, the promise of eternal life he makes, and the unique relationship with God he facilitates. But remember, this journey is not about preaching, it's about exploring. It's about understanding the power of belief and the impact it can have on our lives. It's about opening our hearts and minds to the possibilities that faith in Jesus Christ can bring. Let's embark on this journey of faith together and explore the reasons to believe in Jesus Christ. The first reason to believe in Jesus Christ lies in his transformational power. Allow me to share with you an inspiring story. Picture a man named John. He was once burdened by his past mistakes, living in a constant state of regret and despair. His life was a storm of negative emotions that seemed to have no end. But then he found Jesus Christ. John began attending a local church where he discovered the teachings of Jesus. He learned about love, forgiveness, and grace. He found that Jesus' teachings were not just words, but a roadmap to a better life. It was a challenging journey, yes, but it was one that John was willing to embark on. As he immersed himself in the teachings of Jesus, he started to see changes in his life. He started to forgive himself for his past mistakes. He learned to replace his regret with acceptance and his despair with hope. He found joy in helping others, in living a life of service just as Jesus had lived. His storm of negative emotions began to quiet, replaced by a calm that he had never experienced before. And it was not just his emotional state that transformed. His relationships improved too. He became more understanding, more patient, more compassionate. He started to see others not as enemies or competitors, but as fellow humans, deserving of love and respect, just as Jesus had taught. John's story is not unique. There are countless others who have experienced similar transformations after accepting Jesus Christ into their lives. These aren't just mere improvements or small changes. These are complete transformations, radical shifts in perspective that lead to a better, more fulfilling life. This transformational power of Jesus is not reserved for a select few. It is available to everyone, regardless of their past, their mistakes, or their doubts. All that is required is an openness to his teachings, a willingness to let his love guide your life. Through Jesus Christ, we can experience a transformation like no other, leading us to a better, more fulfilling life. The second reason to believe in Jesus Christ is the assurance he provides in times of uncertainty. Picture this: a woman named Sarah, a hard-working mother of 2, suddenly hit by a series of unfortunate events. First, she loses her job. Then a few weeks later, she learns that her mother is seriously ill. The double blow leaves her feeling lost, anxious, and uncertain about the future. In the midst of this turmoil, Sarah turns to her faith in Jesus Christ. She finds solace in his teachings, in the stories of his life and his promises. She finds comfort in the fact that Jesus himself had faced great adversities, and yet he overcame them all. This gives her hope, for she believes that if Jesus could triumph over hardship, so can she. Sarah starts to see Jesus as a beacon of hope, a guiding light in her dark times. She realizes that Jesus is not just a historical figure, but a living presence, a source of strength and stability that she can lean on. She understands that believing in Jesus is not about escaping the realities of life, but about finding the strength to face them. She prays not just for her own well-being, but also for the ability to handle her problems with grace and courage. She prays for the wisdom to make the right decisions and for the strength to accept things that she cannot change. And in her prayers, she finds a sense of calm and assurance that she hadn't felt before. As days turn into weeks, Sarah's life doesn't magically get better. Her mother's health is still a concern and she has yet to find a new job. But one thing changes dramatically: her outlook. She no longer feels overwhelmed by her problems. Instead, she feels equipped to handle them. She feels assured that she is not alone in her struggles, that she is guided and supported by a higher power. This is the power of faith in Jesus Christ. It gives us the assurance that even in the most challenging times, we are not alone. It gives us the strength to keep going, the courage to face our fears, and the peace to accept what we cannot change. In the storms of life, faith in Jesus Christ can be our anchor, providing us with assurance and peace. The third reason to believe in Jesus Christ is his unconditional love and forgiveness. Picture a man named Alex. Alex had made more than his fair share of mistakes. He took wrong turns, made poor choices, and ended up on a path of self-destruction. But then he found Jesus. Despite all his past errors, he was met with open arms, a love that didn't keep score of his wrongs, and a forgiveness that wiped his slate clean. This is the power of Jesus' love and forgiveness. It doesn't come with conditions or prerequisites. It doesn't keep a tally of your wrongs, nor does it require you to be perfect. Instead, it embraces you as you are, with all your flaws and imperfections, and offers you a chance to start anew. But where does this concept come from? Let's take a look at Jesus' teachings. In the Gospel of John, Jesus says, "Well, a new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another." This is a directive for unconditional love, a love that isn't dependent on circumstances or the actions of the other person. Similarly, in the book of Matthew, when asked how many times we should forgive someone who has wronged us, Jesus replies, not 7 times, but 70 times 7. This isn't a literal number, of course. It's a metaphorical way of saying that forgiveness should be limitless, just as his forgiveness towards us is. These teachings, along with countless others, highlight the essence of Jesus' message. Love that is selfless and forgiving, that sees beyond our mistakes and embraces us in our entirety. So, when we talk about reasons to believe in Jesus Christ, we cannot overlook his unconditional love and forgiveness. It's a love that sees no boundaries, a forgiveness that knows no end. It's a love and forgiveness that can transform lives, just like it transformed Alex's. Through Jesus Christ, we are shown a love that is unconditional and a forgiveness that is limitless. The fourth reason to believe in Jesus Christ is the promise of eternal life. Let's delve into a charming tale of a woman named Mary. Mary lived a life tangled with hardships and sorrow. Yet, she discovered solace in the promise of eternal life through Jesus Christ. This was not a mere concept for her, but a comforting reality that filled her with unshakable peace. The belief that death is not an end, but a gateway to everlasting life, transformed her perspective. Her fears were replaced with joy, her despair with hope. The promise of eternal life goes beyond our earthly comprehension. It's a divine assurance that transcends the boundaries of our mortal existence. It's about living in the presence of God forever. And this belief, this faith, gave Mary a newfound purpose, a radiant joy that permeated her life. Belief in Jesus Christ opens the door to the promise of eternal life, providing us with hope for a glorious future. The final reason to believe in Jesus Christ is the unique relationship it allows us to have with God. Imagine a woman named Sarah. She was just like any of us, navigating through life's ups and downs. However, Sarah found something different, something profound. Through her faith in Jesus, Sarah discovered a personal relationship with God. This relationship wasn't based on rituals or rules, but on love and trust. As Sarah grew in her faith, she experienced a deep sense of comfort. In times of hardship, she found solace knowing she was not alone. God was with her, guiding her through life's storms. Moreover, her relationship with God brought joy, an indescribable joy that transcended the fleeting happiness of worldly pleasures. Sarah's story is not unique. It's the story of countless believers who, through Jesus, have found a personal connection with God. Believing in Jesus Christ allows us to cultivate a personal relationship with God, enriching our lives in countless ways. Now that we've explored the top 5 reasons to believe in Jesus Christ, let's reflect on the power of faith. What a journey we've been on, right? We've delved into the transformative power of Jesus, which alters lives in ways that are nothing short of miraculous. We've explored how faith can be a beacon during uncertain times, providing comfort and assurance when the world around us seems to be in turmoil. We've talked about the unconditional love and forgiveness that Jesus offers, a balm for the weary soul and a promise of renewed strength. We've also considered the promise of eternal life, a profound concept that stretches our understanding beyond the confines of our earthly existence. And finally, we've contemplated the unique relationship with God that faith in Jesus Christ facilitates, a relationship that is personal, intimate, and transformative. Each of these reasons to believe in Jesus Christ is powerful on its own, but when they come together, they form the foundation of faith, a force that has the potential to bring about incredible change in our lives. This is the power of faith. Faith has the potential to shift our perspective, to change our outlook from one of despair to one of hope. It can infuse our daily lives with a sense of purpose and direction. It can provide strength when we feel weak, comfort when we feel alone, and light when all around us seems dark. This is the power of faith. But perhaps the most profound aspect of faith is its ability to transform us from the inside out. When we embrace faith, we open ourselves up to the work of Jesus in our lives. We allow Him to shape us, to mold us, to make us into the best versions of ourselves. This is the power of faith. Faith in Jesus Christ is not just about believing, it's about experiencing love, hope, transformation, and a relationship with God. It's about discovering the power of faith.